Good afternoon, SHS. Welcome to the Salem Show from our Washington County Community Foundation studios at Salem High School. I'm your host, Sydney Brown.
And I'm your other host, Kendall Hickey.
Welcome to our sensational, seasonal, savvy, staggering 6th episode.
Okay, we get it.
Shocking, significant.
Okay, we get it. You like alliteration.
Not as much as someone I know.
You do know we can go off the script, right?
I don't want to because it is so finely written. Wait, what? No, I'm not doing this.
Hold on. We will get through this together.
Okay, fine. So how about we jump right into announcements?
Sounds good. So much better than alliteration.
There will be a call-out meeting for anyone interested in a new journalism club that will meet after school with Mrs. Elgin and Mrs. Spalding.
The group will learn to write for publication, take photos, and learn more about Photoshop and darkroom film photography. The meeting will be held during SRT in Miss Spalding's room.
The annual Celebrate the Season Christmas production will be held Saturday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. and Sunday, December 4th at 2 p.m. by the combined choirs at True Blood's Performing Arts Center. Tickets are $7 and children 5 and under are free.
Activities include pictures with Santa, a cookie walk, writing letters to Santa, and more. Take your children and grandchildren to see Santa, Rudolph, and other friends from the North Pole.
Students taking the SAT tomorrow should meet in the front lobby at 7:45 a.m.
Remember to bring your photo ID, number 2 pencils, calculator, and admission ticket. See Mrs. Martin if you have any questions.
Regarding the lost and found, things are piling up, so come by the nurse's office and claim your lost belongings.
And if you're interested in radio and TV, join the SLNN crew. We will be live streaming multiple events throughout the year.
And if you like the radio, try your hand at DJing or just programming songs.
Juniors, don't forget to sign up to work concessions for varsity boys basketball home games. 3 games worked equals a free ticket to prom. Stop by Mrs. Rutherford's room, 247, to sign up.
Crafts and Confections Club will meet today after school until 5. We will be making ornaments, chocolate-covered pretzels, and hot chocolate bombs. Anyone is welcome to attend.
Remember, vending machines are off limits during school hours. If you need a snack, go to the vending machines before the start of school or after the school day has let out.
And just your yearly reminder about your Chromebook. Make sure when your Chromebook gets down to 5%, you charge it.
Shut down your Chromebook to charge it. This will eliminate most issues in charging Chromebooks.
And winter is kind of here, so be careful with your Chromebook. Make sure you're not leaving your Chromebook out in the cold because this may harm the screen or interfere with some connections.
Now let's head over to Davern for the weather. What's the weather going to be like? I'm hoping the cold stays away.
Thanks, Sydney and Kendall. Well, I can't tell you that the weather next week will be better, but you'll definitely need your umbrella and flannel PJs at night. So let's get to it. Friday, we'll have a high 54 and a low 45. It'll be partially sunny, and we have a girls' home game against Vincent's Lincoln. Saturday, we'll have a high of 50, a low of 26, and it'll also be partially sunny. It's also National Gift Day. Sunday, we'll have a high of 43, a low of 26. You can expect some rain. Monday, we'll have a high of 46 and a low of 25. It'll also rain. Tuesday, we'll have a high of 48, low of 30, and some more rain. Wednesday, we'll have a high of 54, a low of 30, and it'll be partially cloudy. Thursday, we'll have a high of 53, a low of 31. It'll also be partially cloudy. Friday, we'll have a high of 51, a low of 52, and it'll be sunny. We have a girls' home game against Corden, and it's also National Write a Gift Card Day. Thanks. Now let's pause for a short commercial break, and then we'll head to community news with Elaine.
What can I give to the Community Foundation? The short answer is practically anything. However, we want to work with you to make sure that you give the gift that is most beneficial for you. We know you want to be generous, but why not also maximize your tax savings while you're at it? Very often, people give cash. However, we can also accept stocks, bonds, life insurance, IRAs, real estate, and even grain, timber, and livestock. But please don't bring your cow to our office. We are happy to work with you to determine the gift that makes the most sense for you.
Thanks, Davern, for that cold and wet weather forecast. This week, for Community News, we talk about the health benefits of random acts of kindness. They say laughter is the best medicine. Turns out it actually may be random acts of kindness. New studies show that doing random acts of kindness can have significant health benefits, including helping to lengthen lifespan, lowering blood pressure, and helping to reduce pain, as well as increasing overall happiness. Being kind contributes to our sense of community. This helps to increase our happiness and increase our quality of life. Acts of kindness that you can try include being there for a friend who needs it, giving compliments to friends and family, or even leaving your mail carrier a thank you note. The Random Acts of Kindness Foundation says, "You're making the world a better place. Any kindness you give to others is also a gift to yourself." Their website, randomactsofkindness.org, provides other ideas, personal stories, quotes, and informational videos about the benefits of being kind. So, now that you know being kind can help you live a longer, happier life, you should try to do something nice for others every day. We got a chance to sit down and talk to our very own choir teacher, Verda Slinkard. We talked to her about the upcoming Christmas concert that is Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 2.
Today we get to sit down and chat with our very young choir teacher, Verda Slinkard. How are you doing today?
I'm okay, just a little bit stressed out because of the Christmas show coming up quickly. I don't feel like we're ready because it's right after the Thanksgiving holiday. So that's kind of a hard week to have it, but it was the only thing available for the auditorium. So
this is your third year at Salem. How has it been for you?
There's been good and bad. The good is Spencer Pierce left lots of very helpful notes and to help me get started and just with all the things that needed to be told to me about the community. And then that's the good thing. And I had some really talented kids that were here. The bad thing was moving and trying to start a program in the middle of a pandemic. Mm-hmm. Because if you remember in 2020, when I moved here, we weren't in school a lot that year. So we didn't do a Christmas show. We didn't do, we did kind of a spring show, but it wasn't great. So I feel like the first successful thing we did was Christmas show last year. And I'm hoping for the same success that we had last year. We had a lot of kids graduate last year that were very talented and going on into music, actually. Mm-hmm. And so those kids have left big shoes to fill. So that's been the struggle too. I really would like to get more kids involved. I just asked you if you were a Lady Lion. It's like I'm having trouble at my other two schools I was at. I had all the star athletes in the program. They were in show choir. It was a cool thing to do. Here I've struggled because it's not a cool thing to do. There's never been a show choir. So I'm hoping to get it kicked off to maybe have a show choir come in that's successful like Center Grove, and have the football coach at Center Grove come in and talk to the student body. He just won his 6th state title at 6A. I just talked to him last night to talk to the student body about, I was in show choir when I was in high school, and just you can do both, because what I do is I take everybody's leftover time. I'm not a choir teacher that says, go to basketball practice half and then I get half. No, I will never go up against a coach. I always give in to them, and whatever time they have left over, that's what I take is the leftover. But I'd like to have more kids in the sports field in it, because they have a competitive drive that you need in a show choir. You just need it. So that's what I've struggled with, okay? But there's many good things. There's some great talent here.
So let's talk about the annual Celebrate This Season Christmas production that is happening Saturday and Sunday. Could you tell us what to expect?
I try to do it in scenes. This year, the first scene is it's kind of a takeoff on Dick Clark's show that he used to have on Saturday night. It's called Santa's Rockin' Countdown, and it's the whole choir department, including the middle school kids, and it's a whole thing with rock and roll skirts. Only instead of poodle skirts, they're reindeer skirts. And the boys, I said, if you got a leather jacket, wear it. And so it's all a takeoff on that top 10 thing. Then the second scene is a takeoff on Polar Express. Johnny Talley's the conductor and on the train, and then the little boy and little girl that go to the North Pole on the train, they are Will Sears, who's a 6th grader, and Flora Wade, who is a freshman. So she's his big sister. So they do a little takeoff on Polar Express, and then intermission, and then the scene 3 is just main event, which is first period choir. We named it. spelled M-A-N-E instead of M-A-I-N. Main Event, Jimmy Gibson came up with that name. And so Main Event just does 2 songs. And then scene 4 is the cantata, which is all religious stuff with a little angel narrator. So it try to have a little bit of everything.
How long have you been planning for this event?
We started pretty soon after school started because I knew some of the songs I wanted to do. So we started with those and then also mixed in with some stuff we're going to do in the spring.
How long will it last each night?
I'd say 45 minutes, Act 1, and Act 2 might only be a half hour with a 15-minute intermission that you can visit the Cookie Walk, which is all homemade goodies, fudge, cookies, candies that we sell before the show and at intermission.
Do you have anything else to add?
The thing that I just felt like last year it was successful, we did Wizard of Oz, only I changed the whole thing to Land of Claus. And all the leads were seniors except Johnny Talley. He was the Tin Man. But the thing is, I was eating so I was proud of it, but I'd hoped for a bigger crowd. So I was eating at Raquel's on the square, and a lady came up to me and said, "Aren't you the choir director?" And I said, "Yes." She goes, "Oh my gosh, I was not in the Christmas spirit at all last year. I just kind of dreaded it. And then I went to your show. I left feeling all warm and fuzzy and was filled with the Christmas spirit." That comment meant the world to me. Then that made me want to really dig in and have this year's be good too. I just thought people didn't really like it because there wasn't as big a crowd as I wanted. But then she said that, and that's what makes it worth it to me, to do all the extra hard work and long hours, is for somebody I can make them feel the Christmas spirit.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us. So don't forget that the annual Celebrate the Christmas production will be held tomorrow at 7 p.m. and Sunday, December 4th at 2 p.m. by the combined choirs at the True Bloods Performing Arts Center. Tickets are $7 and children 5 and under are free. All staff can receive 1 free ticket by showing their teacher ID at the doors. Activities include pictures with Santa, a cookie walk, writing letters to Santa, and more. Take your children and grandchildren to see Santa, Rudolph, and other friends from the North Pole. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Ms. Slinkard, for that interview. Now let's head over to Braden for the Hoosier Upland Sports Minute.
Thanks, Elaine. Now let's get into today's sports news from the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. The Lions head football coach Blair Thompson has announced that he is retiring from his position as the head football coach. He had a 14-13 record in the last 3 years at the helm. We wish him best, and now we're on the search for a new coach. Lions basketball started their season off with a home opener against county rival, the team out west, that ended in defeat for our Salem. The game was exciting, and the Lions had the lead at the half, but they just couldn't get their offense started in the third quarter, and they lost 45-57. And things didn't get any easier this past Tuesday. The 5th-ranked team came to Brooks Memorial Gymnasium and crushed our Lions 42-83. They travel to Henryville tomorrow night, and then they will be back home December 10th versus Mitchell. Hopefully the Lions can get in the win column. And don't forget that the Washington County Tourney is just around the corner on December 16th and 17th. The Lions will face the Borden Braves in the first round at the school out west. So let's show our support to your hometown Lions. The Lady Lions currently sit at 1-5. Their lone victory was against one of their rivals at the Eastern Lady Musketeers. They went in the Eastern and were masterful in upsetting the number 3 in 2A 27-26. They then lost to Madison and the team out west. They played Paoli last night and Vincent's Lincoln tonight. More on those games later. They travel north to Brownstown next Tuesday and have a game at home on December 9th versus number 4 Corden. Let's hope the girls can get on track and start winning soon. The swim team started off their season swimmingly at Northeast DuBois County. The boys won 70-52 and the girls won 86-54. The boys won 7 events out of 12 and the girls won 10 out of 12 events. At the Charlestown Invitation this past Monday night, the Lady Lions had an impressive showing. They beat Charlestown 85-59, Silver Creek 102-27, New Washington 101-8, Henryville 99-41, and Lanesville 97-12. Way to go, swimmers. The Lady Lions and Lions swimmers were back in the water last night against Charlestown and Henryville. More on that meet later. Good luck, swimmers. Lions grapplers got back on the mat tonight at Scottsburg in the Scottsburg Invitational. Good luck, wrestlers. The NFL has had some very interesting upsets since the last time I covered it. The Vikings won against the Bills 33-30 in overtime and then proceeded to lose against the Cowboys 40-3 the very next week. Thanksgiving had a very interesting games with the Bills and Lions, which was a lot closer than it should have been, with the Bills pushing in a field goal at the last 30 seconds of the game to win it. And on to the NHL, and being a diehard Rangers fan, I'm going to report on them. And unfortunately this week, I'm going to have to report that they choked a 3-1 lead in the last period and lost 4-3. And in case you were wondering how the Stanley Cup champs were doing, they lost 0-5 against the Winnipeg Jets. I have no clue what's going on, but it isn't good. The Houston Astros are the 2022 World Series champions, and I'm sorry, but I had to say it because there is an Astro fans here. Now, let's throw it back to the anchors for Monday Matters after this short commercial break.
Shop local at Lynx Clothing and Shoes. Lynx offers a wide variety of clothing. Looking for a nice outfit for the night? Lynx has it. Need a nice pair of shoes to go with it? Lynx has it. Lynx doesn't just offer nice clothes, though. They also provide all your local sports team gear. Shop for Salem, Eastern, or West Washington merchandise. Is your child missing any sports gear for his or her game? Lynx has it. With the wide selection and stylish and comfortable clothing and shoes, all your sports gear and equipment needs, along with the reasonable prices and a central location in the heart of downtown Salem, Indiana, there is no reason you shouldn't stop by and shop at Lynx Clothing and Shoes.
Thanks, Braden, for the long sports minute from the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. We just got finished with Thanksgiving.
Right you are, Sydney. Let's talk about being thankful in this Monday Matters.
The words thank you are two of the most powerful words in any language. It gives us the ability to recognize and share our appreciation. We are taught from an early age to say thank you.
At the time, we may not have really understood what it meant. Sometimes we say it robotically without feeling or meaning behind it. Sometimes we think that saying thank you should be reserved for big moments, or that if we say it too often, it might start to sound phony. We get that.
However, we are not necessarily saying that you should say thank you to everyone you encounter and for everything you experience, unless you truly feel it in your heart.
What we are saying is that the act of expressing thanks is how we move towards gratitude. Sharing it creates a unique connection between you and that something or someone. It creates a pathway for happiness.
Most of us like to be thanked. Some of us naturally have the desire to want an external recognition of the work we do, our talents, and our contributions.
External validation is great because it means that someone noticed us. However, when we thank, validate, and appreciate ourselves, we empower ourselves from the inside out.
We build our self-confidence, perseverance, hope, optimism, and self-appreciation for who we are becoming. A way to cultivate and grow your relationship with yourself is by sharing how thankful you are just the way you are.
Well, I'm seeing the end of the show is near.
That's right, Kendall. But we want to take a minute and ask everyone to be better.
Salem Community Schools is a great place to grow and learn.
Absolutely, Kendall. So let's take care of each other and be respectful to each other and the building.
Let's be better.
Thank you for tuning in to the Salem Show from the Washington County Community Foundation studios.
So this will conclude our sensational 6th episode of this semester.
What? No alliteration?
Nope, that's your thing.
As the show winds down, we would like to remind everyone watching to like and subscribe to our account and streaming channels.
Also, don't forget to check out our other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. On these apps, you can view an array of videos and updates about our Salem Lions News Network.
Well, we'll see you next time, and have a great gold-blooded week, Lions.